Hello everyone and welcome to PTW Breakdown episode 11, the last episode before the Royal Rumble. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very stacked card once again, as in the main event, Daniel Bryan going one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. This huge matchup been building the last few episodes. And also, we hear from the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro, along with his challenger for that title, Samoa Joe. Also, singles competition, one half of the tag team champion Scott Dawson going one-on-one with the self-proclaimed intellectual savior Damien Sandow. But to kick off the show, ladies and gentlemen, we have Evan Bourne going one-on-one with Randy Orton, who's accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan. And here is the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Orton, a man who has been vying for that 30-man Royal Rumble, as he vows to win it. And Randy Orton, he's had his first matchup tonight with Bobby Heenan in his corner. Randy Orton, already dangerous enough on his own, but with a mind like Bobby the Brain alongside him, you gotta wonder how much more aggressive, how much more vicious will the Viper be in this matchup. He's going up against Evan Bourne here tonight. We'll see how Orton does before the Royal Rumble. And here is the high-flying Evan Bourne. Bourne, a huge opportunity tonight. Some would see this as a tune-up match for Orton, but Evan Bourne, he's also going to be competing in that 30-man Rumble match. He could pull off a huge victory to gain momentum here tonight, although it's not going to be easy against former PTW champion Randy Orton. You see Bobby Heenan looking on at Orton's opponent, Evan Bourne. Bourne now getting down from the top rope, and wait a minute! Randy Orton with the RKO! RKO out of nowhere from Orton. Bourne was making his entrance. This match hadn't even started yet. And now the referee tending to Evan Bourne. The Viper striking with the RKO before this match could even get underway, and Bobby Heenan's encouraging it. Bobby Heenan egging on Randy Orton as he just RKO'd Evan Bourne. Now this match finally gonna get underway here. Bobby Heenan, a huge grin on his face. As Orton back on his feet, this match can get underway. And now Orton, not wasting any time with those punches. Evan Bourne now taken down in the corner. And he's going to have a lot of trouble getting out of the blocks here as Orton hit him with that RKO before the match even started. Now he can just take his time methodically with that boot to the face in the corner. Now in for the cover, and Bourne kicks out. Randy Orton quickly able to take control of this match, is now just stomping on the limbs of Evan Bourne. Bobby Heenan is loving it as Orton now stomping on the arm, and now he's got that foot on the side of the head, looking to stomp the head in, but Evan Bourne gets out of the way. Bourne now up on his feet, and now Orton running at Bourne, but Evan Bourne smartly pulling down the ropes, the low bridge there, and Orton did not like that. Back into the ring now. Bourne though ducks a clothesline and the jumping knee. Now off the ropes, and Evan Bourne with the Hurricanrana. Evan Bourne showing signs of life here as he takes down the Viper. Randy Orton now in the corner, and Evan Bourne caught out with the elbow and the clothesline from Randy Orton. Evan Bourne still reeling from that RKO, and Randy Orton just able to take advantage as now he's got him up. I don't know what to call that move, had him up. Some sort of modified powerbomb position into the neckbreaker by Orton. And now he's got him looking for the apron DDT. But Bourne gets out of it, and oh! Evan Bourne hangs him out to dry on that top rope. Now Bourne on the ring apron looking for a springboard maneuver here. Evan Bourne, but Randy Orton catching him out with that scoop slam. That signature scoop slam of Randy Orton. And now the Viper is calling for it. He is calling for the RKO to Evan Bourne here. Evan Bourne struggling to his feet. Looking for the RKO is Randy Orton. Can he hit it? Bourne though pushes out. And now Evan Bourne goes over the top with the stunner. Evan Bourne flying over the top of Orton and hits him with that stunner. Heenan can't believe it. Evan Bourne, huge opportunity. He's climbing up to the top rope. Orton is down. Evan Bourne on the top rope. Shooting star press it. Oh my god. Randy Orton caught the shooting star press in the RKO. I've never seen anything like that. And Randy Orton, he caught Evan Bourne in the RKO. Bobby Heenan can't believe it. Orton now in for the cover. And there is no way Evan Bourne was kicking out of that. A shooting star press turned into the RKO. What a counter by Randy Orton just goes to show. Randy Orton, that veteran experience with Heenan in his corner, he can catch out anyone at any time with that RKO. And with Heenan in his corner, Randy Orton, a definite favorite going into the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Huge victory for the Viper, Randy Orton tonight. And we'll see if that success can carry on into the 30-man Royal Rumble match. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we go backstage to Headless Man with Damien Sandow. Tonight, Sandow will be competing against Scott Dawson, but now we go to The Miz and R-Truth, the Awesome Truth. The Awesome Truth confident they will win the Intercontinental Championship. Speaking of championships, one half of the tag team champions, Scott Dawson, in singles competition up next against Damien Sandow. And here is the self-proclaimed intellectual savior Damien Sandow. These past few episodes, he's been trying to get help from the superstars in the locker room to help educate the masses. But now, after those failed attempts, he believes no one else in that locker room is going to help him. So tonight in this matchup, perhaps we'll see a different approach from Sandow and see if he can put that intellectual mind to use in physical competition here tonight against one half of the tag team champions. And here are the tag team champions, the Revival. At the Royal Rumble, they defend those titles in a ladder match against the Hardy Boys. But tonight, one half of the tag team champion, Scott Dawson, competes in singles competition with his tag partner Dash Wilder in his corner. The Revival and the Hardys, these two teams been battling. The Revival attacked them on Resistance They had an intense sit-down interview on the last episode of Brutality. I cannot wait for this ladder matchup. But right now, Scott Dawson competing in singles competition against Damien Sandow. And now this matchup set to get underway. Dawson and Sandow, they walk up center of the ring. And now Scott Dawson quickly with that headlock takedown. But now Sandow though, turning it into the cover and the kick out. And now Scott Dawson, look at him. That Fujiwara armbar. Beautiful transition into the Fujiwara armbar from Scott Dawson. Sandow trying to get out of it, and he does. And Damien Sandow now sliding to the outside of the ring, escaping that armbar. Of course, the Revival, known technicians in that ring. And Sandow now, I don't know if he wants to get back in the ring, but now Scott Dawson going after him. Sandow going back into the ring, and now Dawson following him. But now look at Sandow. Damien Sandow baited him in, and now they're punching the corner. Irish whip, and now throws him back into the corner, catching him out with that DDT. Smart strategy there by Damien Sandow. He does call himself the intellectual savior for a reason. I mean, he does have that ring IQ, but obviously you need more than IQ to be successful, as he looks for the leg sweep. But now the elbow, and Sandow is saying that elbow caught him in the eye. He's telling the official, and Dawson can't believe it. But now Sandow, oh, kick right to the gut. And Sandow, I think he was playing possum there to get the upper hand. Now the Irish whip off the ropes, and that big clothesline from Damien Sandow takes that one out of the tag team champions. And now Damien Sandow drops the elbow right to the heart. Now in for the cover and the kick out by Scott Dawson. But Damien Sandow now using that intellectual side to get the advantage in this matchup. Now he could be looking to put it away. What a victory over one of the tag team champions. But now Dawson with the elbow and the spine buster. Spine buster from Scott Dawson. And now locking in the submission hold. Trapping the arm and just choking out Sandow with that submission in the center of the ring. Can Sandow get to the ropes? And he can't. He's got a tap. Damien Sandow showed his smarts in this matchup, but it still wasn't enough to pick up the victory over one half of the tag team champions, Scott Dawson, as he taps out Damien Sandow. And we see Dash Wilder celebrating on the outside, but wait a minute, that's Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy going after Dash Wilder, and there's Jeff Hardy off the stage. Jeff Hardy leaping off of the stage, taking out Dash Wilder. There's gotta be revenge from the Revival's attack on the last episode of Resistance. Things getting even more intense, even more heated between these two rival teams going into their ladder match at the Royal Rumble for those tag team championships. Ladies and gentlemen, their first matchup at Supremacy Warfare, one of the greatest tag matches we've seen in PTW. And now we're going to get to see it again with ladders involved. These two teams hate each other, and they're going to go at it at the Royal Rumble for those tag team championships in a ladder match. But now we go backstage to Headless Man as he's with the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. Great interview there from Headless Man with Dolph Ziggler, but now it's time for our main event matchup. Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes one-on-one, and it's up next. And here is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, one of the confirmed entrants in the 30-man Royal Rumble match, along with his opponent tonight. And Cody and Bryan, they've been getting into it ever since Bryan interrupted Cody's interview with Headless Man a few episodes back. And then last episode, they got into a backstage brawl with Daniel Bryan attacking Cody Rhodes when he was entering the arena. That of course led to this huge blow-off matchup tonight on the go-home show for the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes vs. Daniel Bryan. Definitely a lot of history between these two. And here is Cody's opponent, the American Dragon Daniel Bryan. A lot of history between these two men, as back when Daniel Bryan was PTW champion, Cody Rhodes cashed in Money in the Bank to steal that championship from Daniel Bryan, and it appears that Bryan has never forgiven him for it. So here tonight, the main event of Breakdown, Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes, this old rivalry renewed, as Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes go one-on-one before the 30-man Royal Rumble match. In this grudge match between Bryan and Rhodes getting underway, they lock up center of the ring, and now these two locked up. Bryan bringing him over the ropes, trapping the arm in the ropes, but Cody elbows him away there. Now Cody Rhodes with that headlock takedown to Daniel Bryan. Bryan prides himself on being a submission specialist, as now he picks the leg. Picking the ankle is Bryan. Cody though kicks him away. Cody Rhodes though no slouch when it comes to being a technician, as there Bryan gets out of the waist lock. Now he ducks a clothesline, and Daniel Bryan, the drop kick right to the back that takes down Cody. Now in for the cover. Cody gets his shoulder up. Of course, Bryan prides himself bringing that submission style back. But Cody will see if he can out-wrestle Bryan tonight, as there he rings the arm and chop to the chest. And that punch to get out of the headlock. Now off the ropes. Bryan though ducks a clothesline. And now Daniel Bryan with the knee lift right to the gut takes down Cody Rhodes. And now Daniel Bryan, we talked about the submission specialist, as now he's got Cody. Daniel Bryan now locking in that surfboard, just wrenching on the arms and legs of Cody. That surfboard submission hold locked in on Cody Rhodes. Will he tap out to the submission here from Daniel Bryan? But Bryan though lets go of that surfboard lock, just wearing out Cody Rhodes with the submission there. And now Daniel Bryan, those kicks right to the chest, looking for the big one. Cody avoids it though. Schoolboy roll up. Bryan though gets out of it. But now look at Cody. Cody lifting up Daniel Bryan. Look at the power. Cody Rhodes, the Alabama Slam. Now in for the cover. Bryan kicks out. Huge Alabama Slam there from Cody. But now he's got Daniel Bryan, could be looking for a suplex. He's got him up, but Bryan though getting onto the apron, and he locks in the armbar. The armbar locked in, draped over the ropes. He's only got a 5 count, but still the damage being done to the arm of Cody Rhodes. Bryan finally letting go of that submission. But now, oh, Daniel Bryan, a boot right to the bad arm of Cody Rhodes. Daniel Bryan's found a target, and he's not going to relent. Now back in the ring, Daniel Bryan with the triangle. Triangle choke locked in. Again, targeting the bad arm of Cody Rhodes with the triangle choke. Cody trying to fight out of it here. Trying to fight out, but now look at Daniel Bryan. Transitions to the lapel lock. Again, trapping the bad arm of Cody Rhodes in that lapel lock here. Bryan's found a target, and he's not going to let go of it. As Cody trying to fight his way to the ropes. Bryan kicks off, but Cody turns into a cover. He could have him, no. Kick out by Bryan. And now Daniel Bryan Huge roundhouse kick. He kicked off the ropes trying to get back to the center of the ring. Cody turned it to a cover, but now Bryan in control, looking for the running knee. The running knee, but Cody caught him, and Cody Rhodes with the crossroads. Crossroads by Cody, but the bad arm. The bad arm, he can't go for the cover because of the bad arm being hit as he came down with the crossroads of Daniel Bryan. If Cody was in the right condition, he could have pinned him right there. But because of the bad arm, it gives Bryan time to recover. He's now back on his feet. Cody, though, looking for the Cody cutter, but Bryan catches him out. German suplex, bridge to the cover. Cody kicks out. German suplex there by Bryan, and now Bryan looking for the running knee. Cody gets out of the way, and a disaster kick. Disaster kick from Cody. Dodging the running knee, now in for the cover, for the victory over Daniel Bryan. But Bryan able to get the shoulder up there. Cody, though, could be looking for the crossroads this time to end this matchup. As Cody now, he's got Daniel Bryan for the crossroads, but Bryan brings him down, and now he's got the lapel lock. The lapel lock locked in, trapping the bad arm once again. The lapel lock in the center of the ring. Will Cody tap? Lapel lock locked in by Bryan. Cody trying to fight out of it, but he has to tap out. Daniel Bryan, his relentless targeting of that bad arm leads him to the submission victory with the lapel lock, as that'll give him a lot of momentum heading to the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes gonna have to rethink his strategy perhaps heading in to the 30-man Royal Rumble match. What a huge victory tonight for Daniel Bryan over the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, making him tap out to the lapel lock after he targeted that arm for the entire matchup. Huge victory tonight for Daniel Bryan as he picks up more momentum heading in to the 30-man Royal Rumble match. And now Headless Man's with the Intercontinental Champion, RVD. A great interview there with the Intercontinental Champion. He will be defending his title at the Royal Rumble in a triple threat match against the Awesome Truth, The Miz, and R-Truth for the Intercontinental Championship. Also in brutality, the United States Champion Roman Reigns defending his title against Christian in a strap match. And then we have the Tag Team Championships. We saw them earlier tonight. The Revival and the Hardy Boys in a ladder match for the Tag Team titles. And then over on Brutality, the PTW Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk, defending his title against the Icon Sting And then we'll hear from these two men up next, the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro defending his title against Samoa Joe. And then of course we have the 30-man Royal Rumble match, the winner getting a championship shot at WrestleMania 3. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to Edge as he introduces Cesaro and Samoa Joe. And here is the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Cesaro cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase to take that title from an unconscious Samoa Joe, and then Joe made his return after losing in the Triple Threat at Supremacy Warfare without being pinned. He returned 2 episodes ago. Last episode he defeated Dolph Ziggler with the Muscle Buster, and now Joe ready to take back the championship that he claims was stolen from him by Cesaro. And here is the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro. And Cesaro, he's a guy who takes on all challengers. With Samoa Joe, ever since losing that championship, he has been obsessed with getting it back. Cesaro, he won that Triple Threat match back at Supremacy Warfare, but Samoa Joe did not take the loss in that matchup. So now he's coming after Cesaro once again for that championship, and Cesaro, he's not gonna back down from Joe. These two on a collision course, and they'll collide at the Royal Rumble. Let's see what they have to say. Joe and Cesaro exchanging heated words. But now look at this. They're trying to get at each other, but look at Edge, the breakdown general manager, trying to keep them apart here. Cesaro and Samoa Joe trying to get at each other. We're gonna have to get security here. And now look, Edge said he had extra security. Now they're here, keeping apart Cesaro and Samoa Joe. But at the Royal Rumble, Cesaro and Joe, the irresistible force and the immovable object, they're on a collision course. These two gladiators will find out at the Royal Rumble which men can out-wrestle the other. As Cesaro and Joe battle for that World Heavyweight Championship, nothing to keep them apart. Cesaro versus Joe for that championship at the Royal Rumble. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for this episode of Breakdown, and the next time we see you, it will be at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.